What's up, my friends? Welcome to another video. I'm Rob Stuart and I'm here to help you get your skin and your overall health back on track. Now, it's most likely obvious, but the hardest part about dealing with and recovering from skin disease is the flare-ups. When you have those times when your body flares up like crazy, it is the most physically draining, emotionally draining, and overall stressful part of the recovery process. In today's video, I want to give you guys some tips and pointers on how to deal with both the emotional part of big time flare-ups and the physical elements that are associated with big time flare-ups. So stay tuned, and I'm going to cover both subjects in today's video. So as I got better and better at the recovery process, I started learning that there was a couple methods that I would use when I was having big flare-ups, both emotionally and physically, that led to a lot less stress and a lot faster healing time. And so I'm going to share those with you guys today. So let's start off then with your physical environment and your physical body. What should you do when you're having a flare-up? This sounds kind of strange, but you want to make sure your physical environment, your house, your room, your apartment, wherever you live, is tidy and clean. So basically, clean your room. If you do not have a clean, sterile, just free and open with lots of space environment, if you're cluttered and it's dirty, you're gonna feel uncomfortable. Your body is not gonna be able to fully relax. So step one is to clean up your physical environment. There are numerous psychological studies showing that when you have a clean environment and clean room, you automatically feel better, you feel more creative, you sleep better, and you have less stress. So along with having a clean environment, you want to make sure your environment is comfortable. So if you generally get triggered by heat and being overheated and being overhot, then make sure your environment is shady, is cool. You turn the AC up, you turn fans on, you open some windows, you take some of your clothes off and wear more breathable, loose clothing. Make sure your environment is the right temperature to help you feel relaxed and comfortable. Okay, so the next thing you're gonna wanna do is when you're having a huge flare-up, that means your body is having some type of big inflammatory response, or it's really ridding itself of toxins. So you want to allow yourself to relax and rest if that's what your body feels like it needs. So many times when people are having flare-ups, they try to just go about their normal business, or they try to get extra busy, and this leads to more stress. What we're wanting to do when you're having a flare-up is limit the stress as much as possible, both emotionally, mentally, and physically, and put yourself in a place that allows for the detoxing, the cleansing, and the healing to happen. So allow yourself to sleep in, take naps, have a staycation. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest while you are having a flare-up. Another very simple thing that you can do if you're having a flare-up combines both the emotional and the physical, and that's to do some sort of cleansing. You can do a salt flush, you can do a coffee enema, you can do a water fast, you could do a juice cleanse, you could do fruit monomills. There's lots of different ways to cleanse, but this will do two things. One, it will make you feel like you're proactively doing something to help the situation out. Plus, you're literally helping the toxins get out of your body and thus have the flare-up last shorter or go away quicker, hopefully. All right, another physical thing you can do to help the stress of flare-ups is to use water. And I do mean to hydrate yourself. Make sure you're drinking enough water. You should be doing that daily. But also, water is very healing. So an Epsom salt bath, or a Dead Sea salt bath, or an oatmeal bath, or a warm shower, or a cold shower, or a cool or cold bath, or just a simple warm bath. Create some ambiance, make it relaxing, play some meditative music, maybe light a candle or an incense. Do the full thing. Allow yourself to go as far into relaxation as you possibly can let yourself. It will help immensely. A relaxed body heals faster. Here's what I suggest that you do when you're having a flare-up with the emotions and the mind. First, you have to manage your expectations. Are you someone who every time you have a flare-up, it freaks you out, it stresses you out, you blow things out of proportion, and you make a really big deal out of having a flare-up? If this was you, don't feel bad, because I used to be the same way, but when I learned to understand that flare-ups are going to happen, so if you're expecting them to happen, then they do happen, they shouldn't surprise you. And you should understand that if you're having flare-ups and you're in the healing process, it means that there is definite cleansing and detoxification going on, and that's what you want. So although it sucks, change your perspective around that. When you're having a flare-up, at least you know that the detox is happening. So don't look at having a flare-up as you're doing something wrong, or you're not eating the right foods. If you're eating a whole food plant-based diet, you're cleansing, detoxing, and you're living the lifestyle, and you're having flare-ups, it simply means you're just not healed yet, and that's okay. Remember, the process takes somewhere between 6 months and 12 months for most people. It's gonna take patience and time. I can't stress to you guys enough how important it is not to stress yourself up or beat yourself up while you're having a flare-up. Flare-ups do not mean you're doing things wrong. Flare-ups simply mean the body is adjusting, cleansing, and detoxing itself from the enormous amount of toxins that are in your body that are causing the root issue. So when you're in the healing process and you're having some detoxing and some cleansing happening and you're having flare-ups because of it, understand that it's okay. It's part of the process. Just simply move through it and keep your perspective. So a simple trick that worked awesome for me was to stop staring at the mirror constantly. When I was going through this process, I would wake up every morning, I'd sprint to the mirror, I'd check my body to see if any new flare-ups or anything has changed, and that's how you create a crazy monkey mind. When you wake up in the morning, do your routine, stop staring at your skin 24/7, just stop, just relax. It's not gonna change that much from day to day. It simply will not. Just leave it alone and do your best to just ignore it. Focus on the solution, which is the healthy eating, cleansing, detoxification, moving your body, and living a naturally, holistically healthy life. As you know, this process of healing the body is going to take a long time. So I suggest to you that you create allies, either other people that you find online that are going through the same process that you can join forces with and talk to, and have someone that shares a similar experience and perspective with. Maybe someone who's a health coach like myself who can lead you through the process. Maybe it's your parents. Maybe it's a combination of all these things, but you have to have people in your corner to turn to so that you do not feel alone and isolated when you're going through flare-ups. A simple conversation with a good friend or a mom or dad who can lead you some kind words and just kind of up your mood is essential. Back in the day when I was having flare-ups, I knew there was a couple people that I could turn to, and when I talked to them, I would calm down. I didn't feel bad being around them with the way that I looked. We would maybe go outside into nature, do some fun things like go to a movie, you know, relax, chill, focus on recovery, and be around those people who make you feel upbeat, who make you feel understood, that make you feel relaxed. This part is very important. Don't try to isolate and do this thing by yourself. You need a support system really bad. A caveat to that, though, is be careful who you surround yourself with. I see a lot of people that go out to reach out for support, and they go to things like Facebook groups or online chat rooms, and what ends up happening is you surround yourself with a bunch of other really negative, unhappy people who aren't going about the healing process right and are basically spreading misinformation. So make sure that you have a positive community and a positive support system so that when you're having the really hard times during flare-ups, you have some support. But make sure that your support system is actually supportive, clean, clear, and really actually helpful. The last point I want to make is do not get discouraged during the times when you're having flare-ups. simply keep that big picture focus that healing the skin from skin disease will take a really long time. And so if you get too caught up in the ups and downs, it's gonna drive you absolutely crazy, and it's gonna lead you to jumping off the healing bandwagon and trying to find a quick fix, which will in turn just make the entire experience of healing longer and harder. So just stick to the plan. There's gonna be some ups and downs. Just stick to it and don't let it get you too frustrated or too sad or too mad. Just try to stay centered during your flare-ups and move past them and move through them with grace and humility, and they will get weaker and weaker and smaller and less over time until they become a thing of the past. But it takes patience, and it's going to take a bit of time. A general recap of the things that you need to do when you're having a flare-up. 1, make your environment, your physical environment, as comfortable and healing as possible, including cleaning your room, keeping things tidy. 2, do whatever physical cleanses and things you need to deal with the flare-up symptoms. Salt baths, coconut oil, dry brushing, resting more, whatever you have to do to make the itching and the pain go down, do it. The next part is the emotional part. You need to surround yourself with positive people. You need to stay in a positive frame of mind. You also need to allow yourself to have realistic expectations of what the healing process is like so that you don't get triggered by these little ups and downs that happen. Honestly, people, it's that simple. If you just keep your head about you and you don't get overly stressed and you don't get overly worked up when you're having a flare-up, your body will heal faster and you will deal with this entire process in a much more healthy and fun way. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Remember, leave all of your comments and questions down below. If you're new to this channel, remember to subscribe and share. If you're looking to become one of my private clients, there's a link in the description. Click on it. Also, check me out on the Instagram. I'm putting up a ton of recipes and lifestyle tips. It's Rob Stuart. I hope to see you guys there. Have a wonderful day, and I'll be back with many more videos really soon. Peace.